Chumurano butkobo litweri gari Jumamosi tariki 24 cy'umutinyuga 10 mwaka wiga na mangabere gakwanekiwa kurase county yetu ya Kisii county ya Nyamira wiki county ya Nairobi kinga kibogo nyuranga boyiko niko egati ya aborkigwa bari bachokora amatemo mane klasi ya 12 KCSE bagenda tamona amatemo abo na boyiko ari akitse niko bagenda tamona bauchiko chaka amatemo abo ochakali tukoli Jumatatu Ekeonga na mangabere gakwanekigwa kurwa achinsemo aho ime na isko yorokongro gusi abose boyiko egati ya abamenyi kurase county ya Nyamira nigo babiri bagosoke na ukwanira amanga yandikwandikiwa kurwa asensemina kuburi mugavana kwanekingo cyare kurigereria ingane iyo elikubwaterana kukinya account yo Ekeonga weekend tinsaibere cyo tukubare ronkoro kwa Kevin Onkoba kabane nje kwa mole Obwo matemo mane ye klasi ge 12 KCSE yajega ntikwane kigwari tkoria rero gose Ekeonga nigo boigo egati ya borkigwa bakipse abagenda tekwerigania asa matemo yo korengana amone gati ya banta bange kurwa asinsem nigo babir ba otamna nigo matemo yo arachigo korekana asinchira ye kenno waseku ngento boigo babir ba otamna nigo babigite mirubiriseni yo kwane kinga ebito bionsi nigo birachiko nyora amatemo yo munchiremo yo kwegendere.
We are going to have 489 examination centers. That is both public and private examination assessment centers. These include 384 public assessment centers and 105 private assessment centers. Our candidature, we have 6,567 boys who are going to do KPSEA and 6,273, totaling to 12,843 who are going to do KPSEA assessment distributed among the assessment centers that I've talked about in Embu County. We have actually received assessment materials for KPSEA and they are distributed in the 10 containers. So the county has 10 containers. This is where our assessments have been stored. For security, we have made arrangements on how the assessment materials for KPSEA will be distributed in the 10 assessment centers and escorted to the assessment.
Machimurato tikarete asenseme yo yitemi nyuranga boygo koria rero nigo muwaziri bwesemi kurwa ase ense ya Kenya moske ogamba migosin yakobokirana asensemelia yeskuru yoboroso ya Nyamira DEP ninchiremo yukura ebirasi asenseme yo okwana chinga kecho nigo mosko gamba migosi abiriga otemuna nigo barachi konyaka bakone kinga bari bonse bagendete amona matemo abo amanne ye klasi 12 KCSE nabo igo bari bawo chikora amatemo manne ya KPSEA nigo barachi konyaka bahaba kone kinga babiro konyora chinga kinyororo chinga ki oborendi bwabiri bakone kigwa nigo musko gamba migosi abiriga otamuna nigo serikali ebegete murubirisene wika umutenyi umutangani umwaka wocha 2025 nigo barachikolika abalimu gwetanchiribu 20 asensemeli ya permanent and pensionable.
So what happens is every school that requires classrooms, like this particular school has 120 grade 8, so they needed 2 classrooms for grade 9 to host between 50 and 60 students per classroom. And so what we did is to ensure that we standardize the classrooms, including the cost. So each school then receives the resources for the 2 classrooms or 1 classroom depending on the streams. And they themselves are able to procure the services of a contractor to undertake the construction. That diffused the pressure of people thinking that these are very big projects. You know, when the fund is a lot, then there are all those challenges that come with people fighting for them. But because of decentralization, you can see the classroom is done up to standard and it is ready. Even the blackboards are already there, the whiteboards are already there. So there is, the government is doing everything possible to ensure that these guys who are coming to grade 9 next year have a place to go to. And we have instructed that for the desks, there is a capitation of about 4,000 shillings. So the principals have been instructed to use that infrastructure portion to ensure that the classrooms are properly furnished. So we are all set. We flagged off the books last week for grade 9 so that each student, because we have now the ratio of 1-to-1. So what we are doing is all the schools will receive the books, and we've instructed the principals to ensure that they are in school even when we finish with Kisii next week. They remain in school to receive the books and do the returns. Where, for example, they receive more books or less books, they work with the county directors of education to ensure that that variance is sorted out, and we have rationalized it. So as a government, we are doing everything possible to ensure that our children have got a class to go to in January. The teachers are here. They have been retooled. We retooled quite a good number of them. Like now, this school, I understand we have 6 teachers, and they will be able to take the students through. And with digitalization and virtual learning, we're going to ensure that where we have a gap, we are able to bring those programs through virtual programs so that the students do not miss out. So in reality, we don't have a major crisis like some sectors talking about. The education sector is not in shambles. Yeah. Even you guys in the media, all of you, some of you look like you graduated last year. Did your graduation come out of shambles? The degrees you have, the qualifications you have, come out of a proper education program, a proper education process. So let's not beat ourselves, because when you stand and say education is in shambles because you are saying the classrooms are not ready or it's not domiciled in secondary school. The Presidential Working Party went round through public participation, which is a constitutional requirement. They went round all the 47 counties, and 93% of the participants said, let us domicile junior school in primary schools. So we cannot now move them to secondary schools. We don't have that capacity. So all that we need to be doing now is to work towards ensuring that in primary schools, the facilities are ready, the teachers are ready, the infrastructure is ready to ensure that these guys are in the proper domicile. So let us come together, all of us, just to ensure that we are doing the right thing for our children. And I'm intentionally asking you to look at these guys. Yeah. We should not play around with the youth and the education of these young people here. We need to be serious about taking care of them and ensuring.
Machumuri achinga kiaganda tukoneki gwa kurwa asenseme ye wizara isemi nigo tokwirana ase county Nyamira. Ditko rero nigo egati aminyikurwa asenseme ya siara igotoka ase wodi rigoma ebunge ya Kitutu Masabe county Nyamira. Nigo bari no muchano kubatkana amono morero yunyaka bugwatika obutko ukirero abwasabo igo banyaka baba kubarira aserene kubatkana amone kiachaki omorero igo ikaboni gankera manyakana okwana chinga kicho niga bange babirba kote amuna nerebuya egati ya serikali county Nyamira nse yo mugabana we county yo moske amosko munyalibo gocha kuligiria abakwana kingango cyare kobe kakigali cy'umuriro muri nchiremo yo konya robot ruo na tukumanyigwa no muri kito kurwa sensamiyo Fred Akari
Rituko elimo lyoka magayoko enigo kwa bana batatu abo basiria amagima abo asogwateka komulero asenka yabo kinsemo chenyangoli nigo eamatende kurwa sekenyoro gia siara ligoma ewodi rigoma bo Kitutu Masabe county ya Nyamira yamochia amakweli magayo mulero gwateka obotuko bo kira rero nagosiria enibe nyinge kigima
dangur gudagra sokar ase gasi totinina momochione sasa moya siara ligoma sobotuko bwa kira rero cyane gisanga saa 7 jikiko saa 8 Adwabo katwanyora muliro kwatichi nyumba ndumaiti chance zo muliro uyu abatu abantu bata kutulimisia na batema njialima lakini ndo chitu ko chikonya njialima jaranse na mwaro lirega ono tukumitinga ngiri kiare to mujando uyu akora no estima njare ngo at that time ono udu ijane tigonga ngende kikirase asa tomunyete tayo umia ase nyumba tomunyete nengana abana nese nyumba sitoko engabona turatera sitoko ragerara sinije kuni turanyite ro byonsi pibya ngo bya RP kira ngendo kya ngororo unagwarigeria kiarete ngiyo twakwanya kurwana yeneka bali batano onsi no tomunyete na baragwise nyumba iri mwina aron tuli safe kiro muntu
tansu singoroku batwara iro gotuko bwarero bana chikotabuka na nyoro muriro goro monge igore kwera na igunga ni mbure batonya lakini akara na chikorusia basikorigereri bana nyoro muriro go bwatete chinyumba ichi ane chukoni ne yunko ene likere gento kiano byabwatirwo muriro gento nkiyo twatori nari nasoka gingotabataba na chikoigore geita gyansinya koigora lakini amwana oyo mocha konyorera abantu bacha batobokonya
nige amateyega giraniriye mbuya asinyasaye asoko batoria magima bokorwase liera lyomuriro nonye nabo nigo kwabire okubolya kanene gokyase kyamate chonsi koba maiso chinga kibine chiga ogwateka komuriro yabe ogwateka kwemerero kwabire gokonekigwa ase chinsemo awo
kusikita nyanchama nigo nakire korora abaminto naigure babwatiru n'omuriro obutiko bwarero kobwamone yakoreke nande ngyakorekanite wiki eri nyangori igari abwase abana batatu bakwete nande twabaene tigoro kobwamone bo nande kekore iki kyarorekanire iganye ndirima iga abana batoka nyumba barenge gabwese bakwaneri andake nande abana nabo bache kukubatana sumuchiwe kono nyasaye n'umwege no tokorera yara manene ntunto komacha kumwene n'ingambi yamune kyara bonsi batokire bali moyo ebintu birabimbitokinse nande nabo bakogora ebintu binde yanya sato konye twensi nande atoseseni esengenje ebikore byabere bigakorekana akinya saye ebintu byetu akabigure koruga ali atambe chikaunti chingao bono mabyekire bakanyumba
Kinkolibotere Getembe kurwa sekenyorogia siara ligoma wadi ligoma bogetutu masabimi county ya Nyamira inchen Freddy Agari
Wanchumula chinga kia gande tukane kigwa kurwa asensemeye county ya Kisii na buge county ya Nyamira nigo umuraibu ense Kenya muske Dr. William Samoei Ruto aberega wesokya nakote hamuna nerebuya egati ya abakenya gose egati ya abantu bari babete bagotama kurwa asinse chesko gochaiga Kenya konya kababa kone kinga babiri bagotamera kubatkana amonese gikigande tukane kigwa asinse mo aha aniganya kababa kone kigwa kubatkana amonense ya Israel kunya kabage kubamia ense ya Iran igentu kabirega kone kigwa asense meyo egati ya abakenya bange ose egati ya mikurwa asekinse kya isiko baganda tegocha aiga sense ya Kenya igentu kabirega kwirira muske Dr. William Samoei Ruto kone kingo cyare kubeka abakenya bonsi amamune kiremo yo kwagendera
them have grown up in our country. They've been born here. They don't know any other home. Kenya is their home. And therefore, it became absolutely necessary for us to say, look, I mean, these people have been here with us. It's time we recognized that they are going nowhere. And therefore, it is as well that we treat them as citizens. You know, whether it is school, whether it's the ability for them to do business, whether the ability for them to work, whether it is because instead of them being a burden to us, we should find a way of making them a resource, and using their talent, their knowledge, their education for the benefit of the country. Because in any case, they are part of us. Shirika plan is our plan. We developed it and we did it intentionally.
There I would like again to thank you and to congratulate you also on the Shirika plan. And there, with this Shirika plan, I think sport can play an even more important role for inclusion of these refugees. What is your ultimate goal with this really revolutionary plan? And there I can offer our support, not only on the level of a refugee Olympic team, but we have created own foundation, an Olympic Refuge Foundation, where we are organizing programs.
Chumureta kwerena asense mwende kubatkana amone bikare by'abantu gutoka baitire asinjira cyo bututkanu anamuno kurwa ase orogongro gusin nasiko yorogongro gusin igobogi gati ya abarai babiri bagosokena otamuna nerubuya serikali guchia kuriria engane yom aninganya kabakonekiwa maega yo omMCA kurwa asense media wajir oyo abiriga kubura asegika egitambe agentuki abirige kwirira egati ya abarai gwesoke mnenjira mo yo kuburia serikali guchia konekinga ochibare kurigiria engane yo asenchira igwendete nabo maega y'umubere bo muntu oyo moyo kagire osabantu mikuru asense bakagerete ko bamuna nigo aringe omMCA kurasense media wajir korende nigo serikali yendete kuburia gose nigo gati amikuru asense meyo bagende kuburia serikali kwane konje ngochibare kubatuka egati abantu bari babiri bagocherwa nabo kubura asinchira chubututuka.
To do the DNA, then we collected samples from the deceased or the dissident. We did collect samples from the mother of Mheshimiwa and also the brother to Mheshimiwa Yusuf. We delivered the samples on behalf of the family. I delivered the samples to Kemri. They have a special lab for human identification, and our results came in by the end of yesterday. Thank you. The results indicate that this is not Mheshimiwa Yusuf, because when we compare the genetic makeup of the deceased, did not match with the mother of Yusuf and did not match with the brother. And for control, we checked the DNA match between the living brother of Yusuf or the present brother of Yusuf who is with us and the mother, and it was 99.9%. The conclusion is that the body we had conducted the autopsy was not the body of Mheshimiwa Yusuf. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is the report of the doctor. To lay basis over this matter, Mheshimiwa was abducted in Nairobi. There could be no way he could have been taken to a jail. We pressed in court that an habeas order be issued for the government to produce.
Ule mwili uko pale sio wa Yusuf. So pale mahakamani tumeenda tukasema kwamba sisi tunataka kuendelea na kesi ndipo tuweze kupata ukweli kwamba Mheshimiwa Yusuf yu wapi, kwamba ule mwili ulikuwa pale ulikuwa tu umewekwa.
Wanchumura gwikira buno ngukira mwari Ekeonga chinsa ibere cyo butwara ritkeli gari Jumamosi tariki 25 chumutingo 10 mwaka igana mange turachikonya kwabatokone kinga twabeto kubatelea kurwa asense media yo kurusigwa abisi koyo kabere omokonyi bumurayi bwensi yakenyo muske Geoffrey Rigadi gashagwa kurenda yemonanda mange to sanga senchira yo boikirano chikoraga chinsa nya cyo butwarero.